right, so we're going to start off today with caramel apple brownies, and this is just a little bit of a spin on the brownie, but nothing says Halloween more than caramel and caramel apples. So it's a really, if you have never tried anything like this, it is definitely something that's very easy and very impressive when you start serving these out. But just don't put them in the trick-or-treat bags because they get everywhere. So let's start here. We're going to start by warming up our caramels and our apple pie filling. And it really depends on the type of the apple pie filling that you get, the size of the apples that are in it. So if they're too big for you, you want them kind of bite-sized. If they're too big, just take a knife and just kind of run it through the bowl after you scoop them out and measure it out, and it'll take care of that, no problem. And we're also, as we do this, we're going to heat up our apple cider. And we're using apple cider just to give it a little more flavor than it would with the regular water. And that's something you should always think about, especially with these mixes when you're playing around with them. Just think of the different things that you can add in place of the water, even just to give it a little bit of flavor or texture, or whatever it is you're looking for. And all right, can I get a volunteer here? Someone want to come up and help me? All right.
Why are you heating the apple juice?
Okay,
what am I volunteering for?
Oh, too late to ask that now. All right, so I need you to stir this and make sure that those don't burn. So it's a very big job there. So if they burn and everybody tastes burnt brownies, it's her fault. So
why are you heating the apple cider?
We're heating the apple cider because when you make this brownie mix, it calls for hot water, and the hot water takes and crystallizes the sugar out and kind of blends everything up a lot faster. So.
Am I allowed to taste?
No. First thing you got to do is you guys got to remove these from the pack. All right. So we're going to put our brownie mix in, and by the time our brownie mix is in, our apple cider should be warm enough. We're going to use our electric mixer. And you don't want this scalding, it doesn't need to be that hot. It just needs to be warmed up, especially if you keep your apple cider in your refrigerator. You just want to mix that for about 30 seconds. And when I start mixing something, I always go low speeds right off the bat until everything gets kind of mixed in there. Because if you just hit it in there real fast, you're gonna be wearing brownie for a little bit. The reason why you don't want to overmix shortbreads is it creates too much air, and then you'll see that like banana bread or brownies or any of these quick breads, they get like spongy texture, and you definitely don't. It's just not as desirable as a nice thick dense quick bread. But these you want to go for about 90 seconds or so. I lost my count. I got to start all over. Hold on one second. All right. That's all we got to do with that. And then I have a pre-greased 9x9 pan. And if you have a nonstick pan, that works well. Even with nonstick pans, though, I like to put a little bit of butter in there and rub it around. I like butter a little bit better than the sprays, and also better than just plain oil. I think it stays a little bit better on what you're trying to do, and it stays in place, and it doesn't melt down the sides and pull up in the middle, and allows you to kind of get a little bit of coverage until that heat gets going. And then I like the butter also, just anything you can do to add flavor. All right, how are we looking on our caramel filling then?
I think it's just about, I think there's a few caramel lumps, but maybe you want to look something else.
Were you stirring clockwise?
Yes.
You're supposed to go the other way, do that side. No, we're good there. We're good.
An amateur when you see one.
No, we're good. So perfect. You want to put it on there? Careful not to burn yourself. But okay. All right. Set it down. You got it? There you go. And so with the caramel, you just want to put it on top, and what's going to happen is when that heats up, it's going to start start rising up a little bit, and that caramel is just going to sink right down into it and get a nice good bond with that. And you're just going to spread it around evenly on the top. I'll take that from you.
It's a real one.
Alrighty. I'm sorry, I didn't ask your name. What?
I'm sorry, it's Holly.
Holly. Alright. Nice to officially meet you. Yep, we are done. We're just going to put that in the oven. We're going to put it in for about 30 minutes. And it really depends on your oven and your cookware and the type of pan that you're using. I find the glass pans tend to cook a little faster, or the ceramic pans tend to cook a little faster than the metal pans do. They just don't retain the heat as much. So it really just depends, but 30 minutes is about when you want to shoot for, so maybe after like 25 minutes you want to start checking it. You can put a toothpick in it or a knife, or even if you just want to shake it and see if it's real watery in the middle or anything like that. So, well, thank you, Holly. Everybody give a round of applause for Holly. All right. So, like I said, that was a very, very quick and very easy dessert to make, especially if you're running out to a Halloween party or something like that, and you really just have to think of something, especially around Halloween time. There's tons of caramels around and apple and everything, and there you go. So 30 minutes you'll have it with about, what was that, about 4 minutes of actual preparation time.